This is the Marvel Legends Thor Ragnarok Hulk Build-A-Figure from the first wave of the Thor Ragnarok Marvel Legends 6-inch figures, and boy is it massive. Here he is with the Thor Ragnarok Thor figure without his Mjolnir. He is in his gladiator suit, and apparently this is the would-be adversary that we've seen in the trailer. Fantastic looking gladiator Hulk. Not officially called Gladiator Hulk, but he looks like a gladiator. So a lot of fans are calling it that, but it is just the Hulk. That's where Banner, and this is, I guess, Banner and Thor were off-world during the events of Civil War, and people were wondering where they were in Civil War, and here they were. They were battling it out and slugging it out off-world, I swear, in the Game Masters arena or whatever. I don't know. So anyway, here he is, and he scales very nicely with Odinson. Here you go. Let me just see if I can stand them up together. There you go. Very, very nice. I think it's in good scale. Let me just adjust the tripod so you guys can have a better appreciation of the figures. Yep. There we go. The figure stands with the helmet about 9 1/4 inches tall. You can't see that. There we go. 9 1/4 inches tall. Without the helmet, he stands about 8 1/4 inches tall. So this is about 1 inch tall with the helmet, the gladiator helmet. So yeah. And just to give you guys some perspective, here is that old Hasbro World War Hulk that I've kept from the Fin Fang Foom wave, and wow, I actually thought they'd be the same size, even if he's in a splits pose. They're almost the same size, but he's a little bit taller without the helmet, as you can see. This was just really massive when it first came out, and I thought they'd be the same size, but they're not. This guy is just way too big, really big. And a little bit more perspective. Let's put Odinson here. Let's put Thor here, so everybody's cool. Let's compare him with his, before he went off-world. Here is the Age of Ultron Hulk. Wow, he worked out. He got some protein shakes or something like that. But he is beefier than this one. The same proportions. The head sculpt. This one I think is bigger. They've given him a bigger head sculpt. Compared to this one, just a little bit more massive this time around, and I'm very happy with that. I'm not at all complaining with that. But good scale, just beefier this time around. All right, so let's just keep these guys in the background for perspective. Let's talk about the figure itself. Absolutely fantastic. You get this soft PVC material for the helmet, for his harness, and for the shoulder armor. They're all in soft PVC material. His waist cape, or gladiator armor, or waist, loincloth waist cape is made of that soft PVC material, which is nice. It does not hinder any articulation. The weapons, they're a pain to put in his hands because the hands are just tight kung fu grip. But they're solid, so they're hard, but they're made of this, again, soft PVC material. And what I worry about is over time, if you have him holding this weapon, it's gonna sag like that because of the sheer weight. And it's very difficult to keep it upright all the time like this because it's gonna sag one way or another. So not quite sure how I'm gonna pose this figure with the weapon. I might just go to, oh man, that is tight, kung fu grip. I'll probably just do it this way, if I could, so that the weapon does not sag. That way, yeah, so there's no weight on the stem or on the handle. This one there's no problem because the anvil or the axe is pretty light. It's not gonna sag all that much. So he's got some molded in, not molded in, these are separate pieces they've glued on to his forearms and his hands. Very nice. I love this detail. You won't have any paint issues bleeding into the green or anything because they're separate pieces that they've sort of put in there. I love that Hasbro's doing that now. They've continued their tradition with the hair. The hair is a separate piece that they glued onto the head so that there's no fuss, there's no quality issues about the paint bleeding into the green. He's got this tattoo, or war paint I should say, on his body, his arm and his chest and his head, and quality issues abound, you know, here and there, but it looks good. I like it. It gives it some character, that it's like hand painted or whatever like that. Paint apps on the figure, almost spotless. There's hardly anything to complain about. The metallic finish that they put on the armor, the wash they put in the silver, that gray, that metallic bronze type of plastic they use, or paint they use on that soft PVC material, looks great. Hardly anything, even the weapons are painted very, very nicely. His gladiator, the rest of his gladiator suit, you get separate pieces that have just been glued on to his parts, to his feet. This I think is molded in. It's not a separate piece, the sandal straps, so they painted it very, very nicely. The head sculpt, let me take it off. It does pop off quite easily. I thought they would be giving him a separate head sculpt, like an angry head sculpt, but they didn't give him that. It's got that traditional, you know, Hulk pout thing. It's not, he's not angry. He's just, you know, he's this nonchalant type of face. It's painted very nicely. Eyes are painted okay. Not much to complain about. So all in all, it's a great figure. The details are nice. Quality issues are not a problem on this particular figure. Let's talk about articulation. As you've seen, he's got a hinge neck that's on a ball joint. He's got this. He's got a waist swivel and a ball jointed upper torso. He's got a and there it goes. Let me just get rid of this. He's got a ball hinge shoulder, bicep swivel, a little bit loose, just a single hinge elbow. Ball hinge wrists that go in and out, but severely hindered because of the articulation. Ball jointed hips, wow, it flexes. It has great angle of articulation. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees that go up to there. No calf swivel, ball hinge ankles with the rocker tilt, rocker joint. So, all in all, I would say a fantastic build-a-figure or version of Hulk. Not much to complain about. It's gonna get a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm pretty happy with it. It's definitely a keeper. And if you're a big fan of the Hulk and you can't wait for the Ragnarok movie to come out, this is one figure you must pick up. If you don't pick it up as it is on hobby shops and eBay store or eBay sellers or whatever, but if you want to pick it up on retail, you'll have to pick up the entire wave, all 6 figures, to complete the Hulk. So again, once again, very, very nice, very one of Hasbro's finest figures, one of the best ones they've ever made as Build-A-Figure. Really happy with it. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Marvel Legends Thor Ragnarok, the Hulk Build-A-Figure for the wave. Thanks for watching.